Generally seems to. I don't know. I don't know why it likes to crash so often, but we're back. Okay, the wizard is back. Was the goblin too much? Potentially. I don't think those. I was not a fan of those generations of the goblin. I wonder if there's like a better model. Why did it open that? Oh, okay. That's automatic 1111. Let's see. Need to put ugly on the prompt. Can you turn on VO? Yes. VTuber Plus. Bam. Oh. One thing we'll be messing around with today is that I actually can hook up my Twitch to Resonite so that redeems can be integrated with stuff that happens in the Resonite world. I think that'd be a fun way to learn stuff and just see what happens. Should be on now. Actually, let me look at this really quick. How dare you? How dare you? Um, any idea what you want to have as a redeem test? I mean, stuff like what's happening right now seems like a good start. Just like random interactions and stuff. Okay, what was I doing? Trying to make monsters. Let's do Unity particle flashbang. That's definitely a possibility. I think I can even get uh, chat's names in there. Let's have little representations of people in chat walking around or something. All right. I'm getting abused over here. Yeah, let's just keep going with the goblin stuff. I'd like to make a bunch of enemies. So we'll have you guys fighting goblins this week. I think that's the game plan. Make a big cast of goblins, test them, refine them, and then sell them. It's because you emotionally blackmailed Loaf. She has been a little sad and morose lately. Ah! Beach balls. Getting attacked. She's upset Joe's gone. My brother. This is for Loaf. Great. Oh. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Image to image. Pop this back open. 2024 avatars, NPCs, goblins, prompts. Why don't we give him a little bit more detail? Find his eyes and maybe a little imply some anatomy and stuff. Interested to see how you're going to implement map changes and things like that. Would you have some preset toggles to make things visible and invisible, etc.? I'm not sure what's possible world-wise. My thought is to do more like a series of sets. And what you could do to kind of encapsulate one of those sets is put like a sphere around one of the sets that has like the inverted normals. So when you're outside, you can see into the set, but when you're inside, it would look like a skybox. And that way you could kind of walk in to one, feel like you're in one. That's the initial thought. 1, 2, 3, ABC, I got ADHD. Where'd my goblin Photoshop document go? Because that way in one world you could have multiple little pieces. But I imagine that if there's a really big scale set you'd want, it'd be probably better to put it into its own world or something. Depends on how big the complexity gets after a while. So you have like sets like shrunk down to little skybox spheres to scale up. Not like skyboxes like the ones that you pull out. It'd be more like if you have like a building, right? So you can imagine like one building, it's a normal building size. And then like 20 feet around it is this sphere. Like a big 30, let's say 40-foot radius sphere. And it contains the set, and you would just walk into the side of the sphere. Let's see. Sphere. You'd walk into the side of the sphere, and then inside of it would be a set. But they'd look relatively big. Do this here. Something like that. Just imply some other shapes. Could use control net as well. But control net's kind of slow. We'll try that. How's that look? Round 2. This will be Goblin B. Say green skin, pointed. I don't really need to worry about the teeth. Long elf ears, long ears, pointed ears. Let's It's possible to have teleport systems. For example, you come to a door and click it and you get teleported to a set somewhere else in the world. Yes. Yes, it is. Also, hello, Snardom. Welcome. Yeah, do it like a fantasy, like Final Fantasy map. Uh, but again, that is the cool part about Resonite. If you can think of a system, most likely you can make it in Resonite. I imagine you have to make it pretty optimized. I think so, especially if I'm going to bring in a bunch of people. Loading, loading, loading. Loading. Huh. Maybe put in punchable face so people don't feel bad killing them. Let's switch to one of these other sampling methods. Sometimes this makes a difference. Ooh, that was worse. That was much worse. Do that was worse. So much worse. Not much better there either. Okay, let's just go back to the Euler. Euler A. Bump up the resolution a little. Turn up the batch count. Try again. Try again. It really wants to give them like a fin on their forehead. I wonder if instead of goblin, I put monster. Let's see what that does. The ears aren't too bad though. Some of them. It's totally. It must be pointed ears that's wanting to do that. Actually, it must be this pointed ears thing. So let me get rid of that. We'll say long ears instead. Switch this back to goblin. That is definitely one of the weirdest parts about this. It's like a lot of how you explain things to an AI is just figuring out like what does it actually understand? Because it certainly doesn't understand everything. The language of an AI. Nope, still wants to give him a little thin. What if I just leave that empty? I don't know. Get rid of that. Get rid of goblin. Put back say scary. Something like that. Sorry. Whoa, interesting. Alien. Scary's not too bad. Let me look up something really quick. Why don't we try orc? And we'll turn down the influence. 0.1, 0.2. That's how you do it. Oh, and they look goofy as fuck. Okay. Maybe goblins aren't the best way to do that. Uh, let's try different. Maybe I could just edit the skin afterwards. I'm kind of curious what happens if I just remove the prompt, right? I've already given it something that's. How much can I rely on it to stay? How faithful will it stay to this if I just give it a very little? The answer is not at all. Okay. Oh, I'm tired. Um, okay. Well, let's leave that there. Doesn't seem to do goblins very well, which is kind of funny. I was hoping that would be a relatively straightforward one. Let's try something else. Let's make a thinking like an ogre kind of character. Big fleshy guy. Hey, how dare you? Delicious. Snack of bananas and beach balls for you. Delicious. And we'll give him some shorts, I guess. Just in case. And let's try this. Ogre. Ogre. Big belly. Scary. Or say enemy. Um, Tattoos. Rough skin. Angry. It gave him kind of a very friendly face. A surprisingly friendly face? Um, Still think it's going away from what I have here a little too much. So I'm going to put back on the loop back. Try that again. It's going to take a little bit longer. I'm impressed you got the shorts right, to be honest. It's true. I haven't mentioned it in any of my prompting. It is interesting what understandings it does bridge. Because like before when I gave it an image of something that's humanoid but no description, then it won't do anything with that. But contextually, if it knows that this area of colors should be on like a body, then it kind of becomes a little more insightful. It's fascinating. These are not super great. But how much of this can I edit, right? Like, why can't I just take one that's close enough to what I like? Let's say this one. We'll bring it back into Photoshop. Oh, this image is very small. Let's paint over it.